Hi everybody, welcome back to another Steam Deck video, and this is Arma Reforger. I am incredibly excited to make videos about this. So this is Arma Reforger working on my 512GB OLED Steam Deck, so it should work on any Steam Decks. You just need to make sure you go into the properties and make sure this is running, at the moment anyway, as of early January 2024, on the experimental version of Proton. I'll put a link in the description below this video to a little tutorial that shows you how to do that. Very, very simple. And it seems to be running pretty well. And by, you can get into multiplayer games, you can download mods. So this is going to be a little bit of a demo, if you like, a little bit of a sort of demonstration of, we've got a tank and we're just going to drive up to the airfield and then we're going to have a fly around in a helicopter. Show you what we can do, kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. So let's spawn in, and this is the T72. So this is a modded tank. I've loaded the mod from the workshop. Now in the top left hand corner you can see the frame rate that's clicking along. Undoubtedly there's more work that we can do, and I will do by going into the settings, probably on a live multiplayer server, and playing around with all the different things like the render scale, whether it's better to have the game rendering say 80% here and then using the game's built-in upscaling option, or using, for example, the options for upscaling that we have on the Steam Deck itself. What gives us the best performance, also in terms of things like what level of texture details we should have and all that sort of things. Because although the Steam Deck only has a 7-inch display, so it's nice and small, it does look beautiful, and the resolution is comes across as pretty low, 1280 by 800 or 800p, but it does look absolutely fantastic. But anything we can do to make it a bit smoother, get it up to that golden 60 frames a second is good. Although, to be honest, I'm pretty happy with anything above 30 frames a second is fine by me. And once you get immersed in the game, you can know what to do. Okay, so you'll have to forgive me. I don't know. Oh, well, that was a machine gun I was firing there, wasn't it? Okay, so we don't want to do that. We want to drive this thing, don't we? I think, am I in the wrong seat? I think I'm in the wrong seat. Oh no, where does the driver? All right, there's the driver's seat. Right, let's get into the driver's seat instead. Again, I just wanted to load up the T72 just as an example of the fact that, to show that you can load mods up as well. So here we go. Here we go into first person. I don't know. Let's just drive it like this, shall we? Looks pretty. Maybe it's my age, but I find it absolutely magical that we have gadgets like this, reasonably priced. I know the Steam Deck isn't that cheap. I mean, we're talking north of £400. But the fact that you've got this, and natively we are playing a game like this on this tiny device that weighs about the same as a couple of Xbox controllers, looks beautiful. We're all wireless. Is amazing, absolutely fantastic. And I have to pinch myself sometimes. And if you're watching this thinking, oh, should I buy a Steam Deck to get into PC gaming, say you've got something like an Xbox Series S or actually be played Arma Reforger, I would say, however, that I don't think the Steam Deck, or probably any of the mobile PC gaming devices, I don't think they're the best way to get into PC gaming. I think you should always start with a PC gaming rig, preferably a desktop. But if it's got to be a laptop, then maybe a laptop. Ooh. Because that will get you used to the limitations of, the frustrations of PC gaming, the sort of things you've got to do to get things working. And then when you get a Steam Deck, when certain games don't work, or you've got to fiddle around with them to get them to work, you're kind of used to it. Because although it is pretty close to a console experience with the Steam Deck, and I understand with things like the ROG Ally as well, and the Legion Go, with the various sort of software that they have on top of Windows for those two devices and on top of Linux for the Steam Deck, it's still, you'll still come across lots of crashes. and you'll come across lots of situations where things don't seem to work and you're not sure why, and you've got to look up tutorials and that sort of thing, right? So hopefully somewhere over here there's a helicopter that I've already placed that we can jump in. And of course the kind of the buried headline for this is that if Arma Reforger works on Steam Deck, that means that there is a very, very high chance indeed that when Arma 4 comes out, it's going to work on Steam Deck as well, which is very, very exciting. Here we go. Right, so let's park up our tank. Let's get out of our tank. Here we go. And let's just do a quick... You may be able to hear the fan of the Steam Deck going along, which, you know, wouldn't be surprising. If I was playing this on my desktop computer, the fan would be going quite loud now. Although, apparently the fan on the OLED model is much quieter than... let's put our gun away. Right, let's go over. Let's see if we can get into this nice Huey. Now, the Huey is an official part of Arma Reforger. I'm not an expert pilot, so there's a high chance that we'll probably crash. Let's see if I can remember how to start this. Is it L and X, is it? Yeah. I turn it up a little bit so you can hear. Obviously, I'm recording this on my mobile phone, which isn't the best thing. But I want to get across kind of the fact that, you know, this is running on a mobile device. And when I use the game capture, although you probably get a better idea of... Ooh, let's take it. Ooh, what am I doing? Oh, no, I've just got out. Don't get out. Don't get out. Get in. Okay, right. So, is it going to land? You going to land? You let me get in? Like killing myself? Let me get in. Okay, let's take off. Don't do this at home, kids. Right. Now I've got out again. I keep pressing B. Okay, at least we're on the ground now, so I can get back in. Right. Okay, it's not B, it's X, I think, to go up. There we go. Right, we're off the ground. And then we can go to first person. There we go. Look at that. Right, let's dip the nose. So go and look around. Look at that cockpit, looks fantastic, doesn't it? The helicopters have a really good feel in Arma Reforger. They've got lots of momentum, lots of weight to them. You can't throw them around like you can in more arcadey games. And the fact that, I mean, look, I mean, first person, what are we looking at? Okay, 45 frames a second, say, average. Look at this. I know we're not on a live multiplayer server with lots of other people on, but we haven't done much to really optimize this in terms of playing around with the settings or anything like that, and it is still looking and feeling absolutely fantastic. A bit more low level. We'll do a fly past of the lighthouse. Wow, I can't. Can you imagine? I mean, the Huey is the UH1 is fantastic, isn't it? But you know, when we get, I know there are some Vietnam servers on Reforger, so I'll have to download the mods for those. And then we should look at this. Look at the sea. Look at the way the waves come in. How lovely is that? Right, we're coming up to where we kind of were, so we should be overflying our little tank in a minute. So let's. Oh! I just got out. Did I get out? Oh, hit B. It is easy to do that by mistake. Right, okay. See, one of the problems, if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, it's telling me what auto hover is. I think it's clicking L. I'm not quite sure. Okay, we're going to take her down manually then, because I can't remember what auto hover is. And also remember, Bohemian Interactive, who are behind Arma Reforger and DayZ, are very open to suggestions. So you can go to their official feedback tracker. You know, for example, what I'll be going on there and say, look, we really need an option to be able to change the size of the HUD, because especially on Steam Deck, and I guess if you're playing on a small PC screen as well, it might be difficult to see. So it's L and X to stop the engine, B to get out, and there we have a nice little demo, hopefully, of driving a tank and flying a helicopter in Arma Reforger in the Game Master mode, which, you know, is the one where we can go in and we can, you know, put things down on the map and edit stuff. And look how smooth this is here. 60 frames a second zooming around. And then you can, because obviously the magic thing about the new Enfusion Engine is that you can get right up close to stuff, you know, and see, look at the little fruit on this bush. And then you can zoom out up into the sky, back in again. Really, really magical. Look at these waves. Look at the seas and the water in Enfusion in Reforger. Looks absolutely marvellous. Anyway, that's enough of my rambling. Hopefully this has given you a really good idea. Now, I wouldn't say, as I said before, I wouldn't buy a Steam Deck to play Arma Reforger PC on if you've only got it on console at the moment. You really want to be buying a PC first and getting a Steam Deck. But if you've already got a gaming PC rig, or you've had one recently and, you know, your lifestyle now means that you don't have the space for one, and you want to have a mobile answer, then this could well be an option for you. Just bear in mind that very much the control schemes for Arma Reforger, as is with most of Bohemian Interactive PC games, like Arma 3 doesn't have one, and DayZ doesn't really have one. Arma Reforger, they're getting there. It can be a little bit challenging to say the least, but there's nothing wrong with putting your Steam Deck into a dock or getting a USB-C dongle, and then you can connect a USB keyboard and mouse, or a wireless keyboard and mouse, or if you have a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, that sort of thing exist, you could connect them straight to your Steam Deck. Obviously, if you've got a dock, the beauty is it kind of sits in the dock. So there we go. Arma Reforger demo on Steam Deck. Hope you've enjoyed this. Put your questions and comments down below. And of course, I'll see you again soon.